what's up? It's Rob from Death Angel on the ferry ship from Germany to Denmark, beginning of our tour. And I want to answer a question from Ken from Belgium. Ken, you ask a good question. Why did I switch from Marshall to Engel? Alright, I played Marshall like my whole life, ever since I started playing electric guitar, way back then. And loved Marshalls, you know, a lot of my heroes played them, so that's why I played them. I got used to the sound, I've just been playing them ever since, just been a die-hard Marshall fan. Quite honestly, never really tried a lot of different amps, because I just stuck with my Marshalls and I didn't really screw around. I thought that was my tone. But after a while, started experimenting around. You know, Ted uses Mesas, got great sound. And what ended up happening is Michael, the rep from Engel, came out to our show in Hollywood, brought some Engels with him, said give him a try. Checked it out, it sounded awesome, man. Really, really sick, as a matter of fact. Whoa, watch out, you're getting pushed. Sorry. This is a public ship, by the way. We did take the private Death Angel ship, so that's where you have random people walking in and out. But sometimes we like to mix it up with the, you know, the normal people. But anyway, so these Engels sounded killer, man. You know, he gave me, you know, an offer for an endorsement deal, which is something that Marshall never did. You know, really wouldn't recognize me all these years. I guess I'm not really big enough for the Marshall action, which I can understand. It's all good, you know, man. I'm a fairly smallish guy. But so the Engels ruled, man. They sound killer. They're modern tone. I wanted something. I wanted to update. I wanted modern tone. I wanted quality tone. Some kind of slightly not as common amp that not really everybody's using, but some people that I admire are using, such as Gary Holt from Exodus. And I heard his tone, and it was totally crushing, of course, as it's always been. So, yeah, man, I was sold. I made the switch, and I love them. I'm playing them on this tour right now. Plus, you know, they take care of me really good. They hook me up when we go on tour in the States, in Europe, everywhere. They're a really great company with really killer-sounding amps. So you should check them out yourself, man. I use the E530 preamp with the 850/100 power amp, and they just kick ass. Thanks for the question. Later.
Alright, this question is from Derek. How do you feel about bassists that play with picks instead of fingers? You know, that's a really good question. I don't really get asked this too often. And I don't really feel like there's enough really talked about the difference between picks and fingers. I think, you know, it really depends on what kind of style you're looking to achieve and the tone. You know, it's a hard question because one of the most amazing bass players probably ever, Chris Squire from Yes, played with a pick. And one of the first things people always say about Yes is that they have an amazing bass tone. I don't think they would have achieved that tone unless they had the pick. Likewise, I listen to bands like Alice in Chains, and I know that guy, I believe it's Mike Inez, he plays with a pick. And there's a certain kind of glassiness that comes with the pick that really sounds like really clean. I guess the tightest way to describe it is it's glassier. When you play with your fingers, it tends to be more warm when you get under the string, usually, rather than, if that makes sense. Instead of picking like this, you get under it. So it depends on what you're going to achieve. I'd say if you're going to play, if you're looking to play in a band that needs a solid, consistent sound, a pick might be the way to go because you're going to spend less time trying to get your fingers in shape. But if you ultimately want to have more possibilities and more options, I think it's easier with your fingers. That way, you could go from slap and pop, you could go to thumb position, you could use your fingers, you could do triplets, you could work different permutations. So it really depends. There's not a true answer about what's better, or what I think is better or worse. I play with my fingers because that's how I had learned. My bass teacher, when I was younger, he emphasized it. But as I've gotten older, I've noticed that either can be worked. Cool. Meet Julia.
Hello. They want you to sign the guitar for...
Okay. So it depends on what you're achieving. I'd say the most important thing is when you're playing, whether with your fingers or your pick, it's the sincerity of your playing that's really going to matter. When everybody says it doesn't matter what amp you have, doesn't matter what guitar, it's what matters is you. If you play well, if you're in tune with what you're going to do, whether you play with your fingers or your pick, it won't matter. You'll be able to move people either way. So, yeah, that's what I'd say. Thanks.
Yeah, hey guys, it's Marcos again from Death Angel. Back for the new Q&A, coming for you backstage in Sweden, backstage at the Getaway Rock Festival. Alright, this one is from Joe Ziegler. Ziegler? Either way. Also known as Thrasher Ziggs from Wisconsin. Question is, after Death Angel was broken up for most of the 90s, did you ever think that things would be like they are now with the amazing, successful new albums? I can answer that really fast and say absolutely not. Absolutely not. After we were broken up, I had actually completely closed the book on Death Angel. Never even thought for one moment that I was interested in doing this ever again. I just kind of tucked it away in my little memory bank somewhere and kept all my clippings and thought that was it, you know, buried it. And now that we're doing it again, I can tell you that I'm so excited that we did, and it's probably the greatest thing that ever happened to me in my life is the second reformation of Death Angel because just the simple fact that first time around I don't think I appreciated it because I didn't know, I didn't know anything else, so it was just flying by, where now I get a second chance at something I love doing more than anything in the world, and now I savor every second I'm on stage, I savor every second that we're writing music, every second we're in the studio. Fans want to take photos, they want things signed, answering questions like this. It's what I live to do, and there will never be a part 3 because Death Angel will never break up until our bodies don't let us do it any longer. So thank you very much for the years of support, Joe, and this is what we do because we love it. Yeah.
Hey, what's up, man? It's Ted. How you doing? We're in Sweden. I'm on the back of our tour bus right now, the back lounge. As you can see, everyone's stage clothes is drying behind me, and I'm actually working on some FanQ&A videos right now, and I'm about, I guess it's my turn to answer one, so I'm going to answer one. Actually, this comes from Frederick Johansson from Sweden. Hey, what do you know? We're in Sweden. Got done with the Getaway Festival, first show of this U.S. tour, and it went great. Anyways, Frederick's question is, what is my favorite movie in the romantic comedies genre? Oh, that's a odd question, but a good question. I'm guilty. I'm a chick flick fan. I love chick flicks. I watch them a lot, and I've seen so many. I've seen so many, but it's kind of hard to pick which one would be my favorite. But off the top of my head, it would be Wedding Crashers. I think that movie is just funny. It's funny, romantic, and Rachel McAdams rules. I mean, she's badass. So off the top of my head, Wedding Crashers. I know there's more, but it's kind of hard to pick one. But Wedding Crashers would be the one at the moment. Thanks for the question, and Sweden rocks.
Hey, what's up? I'm back with another Q&A from Vincent Carocchio from Germany. That's funny, it sounds like a name you'd hear from Seinfeld. There's a Seinfeld episode where Elaine lies about dating a guy, and she says his name is like Juan Carocchio, a matador. Anyways, Vincent Carocchio. The question is, don't mind me, I just burned a boat now in Sweden, so just forget about that shit back there, no one was on it, I just wanted to fuck the boat up. But, okay, it says, are you in any side projects, or are you sticking with Death Angel all the way? Well, that's a yes and yes, that's yes and yes to both questions. I am sticking with Death Angel all the way, that's my number one thing. Nothing else will sway me from that, and that's first priority. I love being in Death Angel, it's a dream come true, and yeah, everything else is way on the back burner. Death Angel's number one. But I do have a side project called Serpent Crown. It's kind of a crusty-ish, Celtic Frosty kind of band. It's we're a trio. Me on drums, obviously, and this woman, Dara Santai, on guitar and vocals, and the bass player is Dave Dinsmore from Blast, and it's fun. It's a fun band, and it's good when we're not on tour, just to keep my chops up, and just keep jamming. But yeah, it's nothing compared to Death Angel. It's just a local thing I'm doing. We just recorded 6 new songs that might come out on vinyl or in some format. But and I do like that band. I'm not trying to say I don't care about it, but you know, it's Death Angel's my main thing. And I have lots of other bands that just kind of get resurrected for gigs here and there, but it's nothing more than that. Like my band Old Grandad, we play it once in a while, like maybe once a year or some shit like that. And a band called Cutthroats 9, which is me and Chris Spencer from The Unsane. And we actually gig a little bit more than Old Grandad. We do a couple gigs, or more than a couple gigs a year. And we might, excuse me, I'm drinking beer, you know, so I'm talking a lot and I'm burping in the sun, you know, it's hard being an arsonist. Anyways, yeah, Cutthroats 9 might record and sometime in the future when I have free time from Death Angel. And also, the person filming this, Ted Aguilar, we're eventually going to get off our lazy asses and form a new thing and do some recording as well. But unfortunately, Ted's in Death Angel too, so man, it's so fucking hard when we're on the road all the time. And when we get home, he's got a beautiful wife, I got a beautiful girlfriend, and we just don't see each other much when we get home. It's really sad. No, but but we will. Me and Ted will get together and start doing some death metal-y type of stuff. I won't elaborate any more on that because once we do it, which we will, it should be pretty entertaining for everyone, and I'll leave it at that. So yeah, that's it, man. I gotta finish fucking this boat up. So you just turn around and walk that way, okay?